This is how it happens. You think that a family member is the one that is calling you, but instead it's a guy who's at a phone bank. He's just got a desk, a computer.
If you use a debit card, have elderly relatives, or even know someone who might, you absolutely need to watch this. Millions of dollars are being drained in minutes. This is not a technical bug or a random error, it's a deliberate scam that can drain your bank balance before you even hang up. Over the next few minutes, you'll see how scammers use the grandparent emergency angle. And by the end, you'll know exactly how to sidestep it. Sounds like something that you only see on the news? Well, it's not. Law enforcement nationwide has nailed down real victims bleeding cash from this scam. In 2024 alone, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center tallied over 147,000 elder fraud reports, spiking 46% from prior years, with grandparent schemes alone siphoning $3.4 billion, up 11% year over year. Take these residents from Pennsylvania's Nightmare, for instance. In late 2024, a 91-year-old Hermitage woman got a call from a grandson arrested for DUI, his attorney demanding $6,500 in bail. She withdrew from her debit account, left cash on her porch for a Lyft driver. Surveillance footage from a Sheetz showed the scammer retrieving the envelope full of money. Another couple in their mid-70s were told that their son had been in a car accident and they needed to send $9,000 to bail him out. Imagine your phone ringing at midnight, a frantic voice begging for help, and your money disappears because you lent out a helping hand. Even residents from Massachusetts felt the sting. In August 2025, 13 from Dominican call centers faced charges for hitting 50 victims. In the words of Leah B. Foley, the U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts, their goal was to trick our parents, grandparents, neighbors, and friends into handing over their life savings on false pretenses, and they succeeded. Across the border to Canada, Montreal call centers buzzed from 2021 to 2024, scamming 400-plus U.S. grandparents across 46 states out of $21 million. In Lethbridge, an elderly woman received a call claiming to be her son who had been in an accident and broken his nose. The voice sounded strange because of the injury. She was told to withdraw $8,500 in cash and await a courier to pick it up at her home. Fortunately, a family member intervened before any money was lost. FBI stats scream it's epidemic, most especially as the traps are almost invisible. The scammer's message feels personal, urgent, and trusted. So how does this actually play out? Imagine you're at home. Your phone rings late in the evening. You see mom's cell or a number you mildly recognize. Harmless, right? You answer the call and a panicked voice says, "Grandma, it's me. I'm in trouble." You freeze. Your heart races. You want to help immediately. That's the hook sinking in. The scammer's opener reeling you toward all your money disappearing into their pockets. These criminals don't just wing it. They're pros in dimly lit call centers, scripts in hand, fueled by stolen data from social media hacks or dark web dumps. Step 1. They recon. They scour Facebook, LinkedIn, even old yearbooks digitized online, piecing together your family's puzzle. Grandma lives alone in Ohio. Grandson Jake just posted about a road trip to Canada. Boom, personalized bait. They spoof numbers using voice-over internet protocol apps, masking Montreal or Santo Domingo origins as your area's code. You don't see any red flags, it's just Jake calling from a gas station, with the background noise of trucks revving for authenticity. Envision the scammer's lair. Rows of headsets, whiteboards scrawled with sob stories, a wall of post-its naming marks like you. Once they have you on the line, they launch into step 2, the panic pitch. Jake, whom you're still trying to remember which grandchild he is, starts his sob story, complete with his voice distorted and tears mixed in to make him sound believable. "I got arrested abroad, Grandma. Drunk driving, hit a diplomat's car. They're holding me. I need bail now." Fear spikes your pulse. Grandparents' love overrides logic. The scammers beg secrecy. "Don't tell mom, she'll kill me." Promise? Isolation sets in. You're their only hope. FBI reports over 195 U.S. cases in 2023's first 9 months, netting $1.9 million, often starting this way. This way, their vulnerability reels you in. They know your instinct is to shield, not suspect. Then the scammers activate step 3, passing the phone. They can't play the kid forever, so in enters an authority figure. Line clicks and now a gruff attorney or cop grabs the phone to speak to you. "Mrs. Johnson, this is Officer Hale from Toronto PD. Your grandson's in deep. He needs a $9,000 bond, or he rots till trial." The scammers recite a fake badge number and gag order to make it all sound believable. They layer urgency. "Court closes in hours. Wire it or he's extradited." They use tools like AI voice cloning from a 10-second voicemail ripoff, making the grandkid and the attorney or cop sound eerily real. Deepfakes up 1,500% in Asia Pacific since 2022, bleeding into US ops. Prosecutors in the Vermont, Canada $21 million bust detailed openers soften targets while closers seal the steal. If you pause, they push harder. He's scared and alone. Don't let him down. Now they ask for money, fast. They might say, use your debit card at a money transfer place like Western Union. It's quick. Or, put cash in an envelope and leave it on your porch. A driver will pick it up. If you decide to use your debit card at the allocated ATM, they get card skimmers to steal your card details from there. If you go with option 2, they trick drivers, like those from Uber, with extra pay for urgent deliveries. In Pennsylvania, one woman wrapped $6,500 in foil, thinking it was safe, and a stranger in a hoodie grabbed it from her doorstep. Sometimes they ask for gift cards, telling you to read the numbers over the phone. The money vanishes, sent to far-off accounts or picked up by strangers. But they don't stop there. They call again, days later, with new lies. The hospital needs $5,000 for his injuries. Or, he broke bail rules, pay, or he's in worse trouble. They keep you quiet, scared to tell anyone. In Rhode Island, one victim paid $18,000, then $40,000, before police caught on. The cash collectors are often local. People paid small amounts to pick up envelopes. They watch banks or your home, waiting for you to withdraw debit card cash, then swoop in. Throughout the scam, every step is planned out to reduce your time to think, isolate you from consulting others, and trap you in emotional urgency. As people started catching on, scammers began use voice cloning software to mimic your grandchild's voice perfectly, using as little as 30 seconds of audio from social media or old voice messages. You think you're helping your family, but at each turn, you're feeding the scheme's machine. That's why the trick spreads so fast. When you hear a scared voice saying, "Grandma, help me," you don't think it's a lie. Your heart is wired to act first and ask questions later. That's what makes this scam so powerful. Your instinct to protect kicks in, pushing aside doubts. The FBI says over 200 people lost $2 million in 2023 because they acted fast, thinking it was a real emergency. Would you stop to question a crying grandchild in the middle of the night? No, you won't. Grandparents naturally feel a strong sense of responsibility and affection for their grandchildren, making them highly receptive to claims of distress. The urgency of the situation, often presented as a life or death crisis, triggers an emotional response that overrides rational thinking. Scammers use this emotional manipulation to create panic, reducing the likelihood that the victim will verify the story. Under pressure, people default to trust when a loved one seems in danger. Fear clouds suspicion. It doesn't help matters that the scammers use tricks that feel real. They fake phone numbers to look like they're calling from nearby. They copy voices, making it sound just like your actual grandchild. Their tools are cheap and fast. They buy your family details for pennies from internet leaks, names, ages, even vacation plans. Making a fake call costs them almost nothing, using phone apps from anywhere. It's hard to spot because many older folks aren't used to these phone tricks, says AARP. In case you didn't know, the scammers prey on a certain demographic for a reason. It targets older adults who may be more vulnerable. Some grandparents have memory issues or trouble spotting lies, making it harder to notice something's off. Most don't report the scam. Only 1 in 44 seniors tell police, letting scammers keep going. Banks can't always catch it either. Debit card payments go through quickly, especially for emergencies. In Vermont, one woman sent $15,000 through her bank because the teller believed her story about helping a grandchild. The money was gone before anyone checked. Police say these scams are growing. Losses hit $3.4 billion last year because banks don't always ask questions when you're rushed, and victims stay silent. FBI warns, the rush to help is what they count on. It blinds you to the truth. Ultimately, your love for family and trust in official voices make this scam work. It's invisible over the phone, and banks miss it until the money's gone. And that's why it's hitting more people every day. One phone call can start a reaction, draining your money out in minutes. The good news is you can stop it. You can protect your debit card and savings in just a few seconds with simple checks. Before sending money for an emergency, take a moment to think. Ask the caller a question only your real grandchild would know, like, "What's the name of the dog we got you for your 10th birthday?" A true family member will answer easily. A scammer will hesitate or make excuses. In a 2025 Pennsylvania case, this trick stopped a scammer mid-call, saving a grandmother $10,000. If the story feels urgent, hang up and call your grandchild's real number. the one you have saved on your phone. The FBI says this one step blocks most scams. Want to know how to spot a fake call in seconds? There's a simple way to turn the tables. First, watch for calls demanding fast action, like, "Send money now or I'm stuck in jail." Real emergencies don't require secrecy. Police don't ask for cash over the phone. Second, late-night calls with shaky voices or bad connections are suspicious. Scammers call when you're tired and less alert. Third, if they ask for debit card payments, gift cards, or cash left on your porch, it's a scam. The FTC reported 449,000 debit card frauds in 2024, many tied to these tricks. Fourth, if the call switches from your grandchild to a lawyer or officer, it's a planned act. Federal Bureau of Investigation alerts describe this as a common teamwork tactic. Ask them to spell a family name or share a memory. Scammers can't fake those. They want you to panic and act fast. Slow down, and you take back control. If you suspect a scam, act quickly but calmly. Hang up. Don't argue or give details. Call your grandchild or a family member to check if they're safe. Then report it to 3 places: your local police to log the call, the FBI's Elder Fraud Line, 833-FRAU D11, or ic3.gov, and the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Call your bank, check your debit card transactions, and ask to freeze your account if money's gone. Extra tips make you even safer. Create a family password like Sunny Hills, shared only with close relatives. If a caller doesn't know it, hang up. Check your bank statements daily. Use a bank app or call the number on your card. Tell your family about these scams over coffee. Practice what to say if a call comes. Encourage younger relatives to regularly check in with older family members about suspicious calls. Use call screening or spam blocking services. Many fraudulent calls come through spoofed numbers. Establish a rule: no courier pickups for banking matters. Ask your bank about fraud hold policies for large withdrawals. AARP's Fraud Watch website has free updates on new tricks. For debit cards, use one with a low limit for emergencies to keep losses small. Once you know these signs, you're ready to stop scammers cold. You'll sleep soundly, knowing your savings are safe. If you carry a debit card and a loving heart for your grandchildren, the Grandparent emergency scam is a real threat, ready to steal your savings with a single heartbreaking call. But with these simple checks, you're stronger than the scammers. You know the signs, the questions to ask, and how to keep your money safe. But the scams don't stop with this one. Want to know the next scam lurking? Hit the subscribe button to find out. Always stay one step ahead by watching our videos and sharing with family to protect them. You never know who you might be saving from life-threatening debt.